and welcome back to Anime Club on SourceFedNERD. You know the deal. We watch the first few episodes of an anime and give you our first impressions and such. I'm Reina Scully.
I am William Haynes most of the week.
This week we did No Game, No Life. This anime is an action fantasy comedy with a slight touch of ecchi.
It kind of reminded me of like Sherlock a little bit, because like the guy's like strategizing everything.
Yes,
my
it's
kind of guy.
It's definitely a psychology game.
As well as being the gosh darn Avatar, I'm also William Holmes. I like to strategize things. It never goes the way I expect.
Oh, I like it!
Yeah.
William Holmes. Am I your Watson?
I guess so.
I guess so.
Reluctantly.
I want to say it's action-based, but it's really not. It's really fantasy world-based because they get sucked into that different realm called Disboard. But the story starts off really bizarre. I really like it. There are these unknown gamers who always win and always prevail. Which
makes no sense, but okay, continue.
Yeah, exactly. And they always leave their name blank. So they're unknowns. They're basically like you know, anonymous, like that, like anti-terror group kind of thing. Their names are actually Sora and Shiro, and Sora is the word for sky in Japanese, and Shiro is the word for white. And if you put them together, it means blank. Like it creates the kanji for blank. So it's actually really clever and creative, and you can't understand it without the translations.
I don't speak that language.
I know. Nobody knows anything about them, but they win every single time, and they get challenges and such, and it just doesn't matter.
Which confuses me about the show, because if they win all the time, does that mean they're gonna keep? Oh, I guess that's why we're watching. We want to know if they're gonna keep winning all the time. I see you.
In the real realm, if they stayed there, they would have continued winning every single time. But what happens is they get sucked into this other realm called Disboard, where only video games and like general gaming rules prevail. It's really interesting. It's not really a social commentary, but there is definitely a strong element of them disliking this world because it's not rule-bound the way that they believe it should be. Like, it's not always that good people prevail. There are rules and laws that aren't exactly justice and such, so they disagree with it, and because they're such intense gamers, they like the black and whiteness of the world of like, if you win, you win. There are clear winners and there are clear losers. There's a strategy to the game, there are rules to the game, you must follow them.
Exactly. I don't like it when people who don't need to win. That makes me sad. That's not the way I want to live my life. I had no idea what the show was about, but in the first couple seconds I was like, oh no, is it another show where they get trapped in the video game and they can't leave? We've seen this.
We've seen this. Oh, speaking of, actually, I understand how you think it's a lot like Sword Art Online. You might have also thought it was like Sword Art Online because the voice actor for Kirito is the same voice actor for Sora.
He just loves video games then.
He loves video games. He likes to be the hero of video games. Makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense. I would want to too.
Speaking of voice actors, Kugimi Arie is once again in this show. I believe.
Who was that person?
She played Happy. You know, the Catwing on Fairy Tail, and she also plays Kaguya.
Not a mode of transportation.
Not a mode of transportation. He is a friend. He is a familiar. And she also plays Kaguya from Gintama. You know, the crazy like alien girl that's like super strong and owns Sadaharu. Kugimi Arie plays Tet, the god of Disboard. You know, he's in episode 1. He flies down with them. I know!
See, if I was a god, that's the type of things I'd be doing. I'd say, hello, welcome to this world as you're falling miles and miles high. I'm the god in this realm. I pretty much run things and make the rules and make the decisions. Respect me.
I wouldn't believe you, though.
Continue following.
Yeah, like...
Actually, you know what? I just realized they never explained how when they fell and they just hit the ground. They don't get hurt.
Because Tet's god. He probably, you know, was like, well, I need to tell you the rules. Here are the 10 rules that you need to follow in this rule-bound world, and then like, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna survive.
He's like, it's just enough time for me to explain the rules of this universe before you hit the floor and possibly die.
I'm saying he, but he looked like a girl. It's a he.
We can never know these times.
Yeah.
We can never know.
Never know.
And we won't judge him.
Nope.
We will not.
Never. Let's talk a little bit about Sora. Like you mentioned before, he is basically a psychological profiler, right? He more so than like well, not more so than a gamer. He's a nice mix of both, which is what makes him a good gamer.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think I enjoy the guy because he's a very logical thinker. I appreciate people who think logically. However, I don't think he's very smart in terms of real-world situations.
Yes.
I don't think he knows how to be a person, so I can relate with him.
Yeah, he's very... He seems not awkward, and he seems really, like, headstrong and, like, knows what he's doing. But it's like very clear in the story that he's a virgin, so he like has like perverted thoughts and it like disrupts him. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it does prevent him from being truly successful, I think. Like I said, I like flaws with characters, so I think it's fine that he's not perfect, and I think it would really destroy the symmetry of the story if he was like perfect.
I got a lot of flaws.
Oh, we like that. We like your flaws.
Good.
Okay. Actually, I learned that they are step-siblings and not blood-related siblings.
Sora and Shiro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're
Spoilers, I wasn't there yet.
Oh no, my bad, spoilers! Is it really a big deal?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
So they're kind of like gaming partners. They're definitely kind of like puzzle pieces. He is logical, but he's more of the profiler, and she is like completely logic-based. Like she can play any chess game, she can play out anything, but she has a hard time, I think, playing against humans. Like she can play against computers perfectly because computers are programmed to win, so she knows what they're about to do. But if it's a human,
emotional decisions,
yes,
she can't detect
so that's
them.
all Sora.
She can beat me. She can't beat you.
I don't know. You're pretty odd.
Nope. I have no emotions.
I really found the show to be interesting. The colors are hyper vibrant, you know, like really, intense blues and magentas and such. And I do enjoy it, and I enjoy the artwork, but I kind of find the world and the story to be a little bit tedious. It's a little much. Like, there are the 10 rules, there's 16 races, they're battling for, I guess, like,
there's a lot going on, huh?
There's a lot going on.
Well, it just started this year, though, right?
Yes, it just started in April.
It's got a lot of development to go through. In about 10 years from now, when it's still on and they've created No Game X, it'll finally be into what
After,
it
like,
really
12
wants to be
movies.
about. Yeah,
Right,
12
right.
movies and 37 seasons.
I know that it's kind of like a super round robin tournament of trying to win the kingdom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Why don't they just do it over rock, paper, scissors like everything else?
that's true. Actually, that was one of my favorite scenes. The rock, paper, scissors scenes is my favorite because it's so logic-based.
And I didn't get it at
It
all.
was, well, it's hard. Like, you can't read all of that and like understand it all,
I would have to read the subtitles like 12 times.
Yeah.
I wish I spoke Japanese and then I can get it, but I
don't,
and it makes my life complicated.
To be honest with you, I understand it, and yet it was really hard to follow. That's kind of what I mean. Like, actually, my favorite scene is that that rock, paper, scissors scene, but it's actually very much the reason why I find this anime to be tedious. There's so much explanation that needs to go on. Like I said, 16 races, 16 kingdoms, they have to like overcome them. They all have different rules. Some you're not supposed to cheat, but some of them cheat. The higher ups use magic. Like it's just there's so much to it. But
goodness.
I don't and this season is supposed to end in I think 12 episodes, so I have no idea how they're gonna wrap that up. It's obviously gonna be ongoing for a while, I think. There's definitely gonna be season 2, 3, etc., I believe. But I'm not quite sure where they're gonna take the story, so I'm interested to see that, but the world building is overwhelming, I think.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I think I'll watch it. I think I'll if there comes a day where I'm like, you know what, I've seen every episode of One Piece, I've seen
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that will probably never happen. Then I might actually finish the show. I think it's good. My favorite part of the show was how he made the girl fall in love with him over the game of rock, paper, scissors. What I love about the world is that if you, whatever you want to make true, you can make it true.
Yes.
So, legit. And I want it, and I want to move there for a couple of months.
For a couple months, but then you want the ability to come back.
Yes, I cannot be there forever.
That is selfish of you.
They don't
that
have
doesn't
cell
work in the
phones
anime
there.
world. You gotta wager.
Yep, you gotta wager something.
You gotta wager. I really enjoy Steph Dola's character, actually. She's the granddaughter of the Foolish King. The Foolish King was tricked into, I think, giving away his territory or something like that, which is why
What a fool.
What an idiot.
What a maroon, you idiot. Dingus.
And that's all we have for you this week on No Game, No Life. Next week, we're gonna be checking out
Rurouni Kenshin. I haven't seen this show in so many years that I can't remember how many it was. At least 12, and I liked it back then, so we will see now.
Yay, I haven't seen it in a long time either. I just remember that it's an incredible slasher, and it definitely got me really into Inuyasha, so I'm really excited about that.
Hashtag SFN Kenshin.
Exactly. If you want to check out Rurouni Kenshin, head on over to crunchyroll.com/SFNerd to get your free premium membership trial, and take a video of yourself giving us your review, and use the hashtag
SFN Kenshin.
Excellent, and come back next week like our anime clubber friends.
'Cause it is really, really, really hot. Holy crap, really, 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 really hot. Taylor Swift, I will take royalties now. Wait, am I recording? It is a type of genre called ecchi. Pretty much, it's perverted. There's sex, innuendos, so many sex innuendos. It's also a little out there. When I say out there, there is implied incest in this anime, and knowing that, it kind of makes me wish that I didn't enjoy it as much.
No Game No Life, I freaking love it. It is like out of my mind, freaking kicking down doors, and it's just amazing.
Rochambeau. 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 This week for SourceFedNERD Anime Club, we're watching No Game, No Life. This is definitely a series that is very out there. I will say that there is an interesting conspiracy involving the 16 races of the fantasy world of this particular series. There are moments of fan service-y type situations, particularly after they meet Steph. They have Steph dressed in various scantily clad outfits. I will say that the artwork is really good in this particular series. The only things that really irk me with the artwork are when they do the depressed skeletal features with the really thin features of the drawings. That kind of annoys me a little bit, but otherwise there are a lot of nice visuals throughout the 4 episodes that I've seen so far.
After watching good anime and then taking a break, I'll probably watch this to turn off my brain and just like, okay, show me the boob. That's what the series is about. It's like there's fan service all over the place.
They are transported to this different reality or different world where everything is decided by games. There is no violence, there is no thieving, there's nothing from our world without a game first. So if a thief wants to steal something from you, they have to like win at rock, paper, scissors first. It's a really great concept because gaming is so popular, and it's one of those things that can incorporate all types of games, from card games to board games to video games.
I understand a lot of animes are designed for titillation. There will often be a female character or multiple female characters who are there for fan service. There is one character, Stephanie, who has spent at least one episode mostly wearing an apron, tail, ears and a tiny top, and occasionally you'll get a little scared face covering her lady parts, but at least her character is adult. There is a character in this, Suna, I think, Sora, who is introduced, and her introduction is a direct shot of her crotch, and right next to it is her age, and she is 11. And there is a lot of minor incestuous / sexual undertones constantly being created around this 11-year-old girl, and halfway through episode 6, her 18-year-old version brother, who has the anime trope of being a pervert in that sort of jokey way, like I like girls and pants, decides to make all the girls in his vicinity naked, and because it's not for over 18s, so they're all Barbie dolled, it's totally not creepy. And I'm not happy with having an 11-year-old cartoon girl naked on my screen.
I really liked this anime. I thought it was really good. It was a little creepy, but it was still really good.
It's not a video game. It's not, this, one mythos that has created, this storyline for the players to progress through. No, it's just a world where everything is decided by games, simple games that we have in everyday life. Like they play poker to decide on the next king, and chess, and like they will play rock, paper, scissors just to get like a free meal or a free night at a hotel or whatever else. And it is kind of cool and kind of scary at the same time.
So, Reina, let's play a game of rock, paper, scissors. And if I win, you have to fall in love with me, you fool.
No.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I win. What do you give me if I win?
And we didn't get that far into
I want your watch. Can I have your watch? This isn't gonna fit me. Look at how tiny my wrist is.
Take it.
Yay! This world rules! Mine.